if and when needed. So I do like it for all those reasons. This, at the same aspect, though, this seems like a very early game lineup from Team Name. That's my one worry, because I'm assuming that's going to be more of the mid Lina with a safe lane gyrocopter. So gonna finish with that off lane. Whatever it may be, some kind of big team fight, some kind of frontliner like a Tidehunter would have been pretty good. I look back at Centaur. I brought that up the previous series. A popular hero for the I know the CIS and European region is the 6th most picked, 7th most picked even hero right now in all these qualifiers as well at 35 games. Have not seen it yet today. I think Centaur could certainly be a strong option here. But, yeah, they banned Juggernaut, so they're not going to pick up the Juggernaut themselves. Certainly like to see that ban coming out, because especially now with the Gyrocopter, Juggernaut would have felt pretty good in this matchup.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of time left. They're going to go pretty quickly, though. And Team Name goes with the puck, so they're just going to go all in. Very aggressive catch play coming out here. Their Undying is kind of their only frontliner, and obviously you'd expect that he's going to be somewhat underfarmed himself, so don't necessarily think that's going to be the greatest. Is Lifestealer good for Demon Slayers now?
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, you're dealing with Undying, but maybe not the end of the world there.
5 seconds remaining.
Man, Lifestealer actually looks pretty good. Solid and power target. Rage in general will be very powerful this game. You do have a bit of a vehicle both with Magnus and Ember Spirit. And they go something completely different. They go the Spectre pick instead. So Costibile will be playing the Spectre for Demon Slayers. Okay. I'm trying to think here. A Spectre is certainly good for the idea, of course, getting on you in the back lines. And this is a team that is a bit slippery, wants to get away. So, of course, having that haunt, even the Spectral Dagger to an extent to get in there and on top of you, pretty good. My only concern with the Spectre, I suppose it would have been similar for Lifestealer, though, is this a little too greedy? A hero that certainly could build that whole Radiant style. I almost want to say he shouldn't go for Radiance this game because of this matchup. Perhaps more of something like the drums, the whole drums SNY style could be fun. Earlier BKB's no doubt going to be powerful this game. So he does have a Magnus as well. So yeah, especially with the Magnus, I suppose it's even more reason why you would maybe want to stay away from the Radiance here in this one. We'll see if that works out for Demon Slayers or not. But again, team named, you can certainly look at or see what they're going for. As who's playing what, by the way? So wait a second. Lucky, he's not their mid player, is he? No, he's their position 4. So wait, I need to see who's playing what again, because I'm pretty sure they're Solitude or Jabs as he goes by. He's on the Shadow Demon. Is this a Core Undying? Wait a second. Who's Shu playing? Shu is playing the Undying. So it's an offlane Undying. Okay.
Prepare for battle.
So it's going to be a mid puck. It's a support Lina and Shadow Demon. Oh, let me make sure we're good with the interface. There we go. Stop the spam now, Chad. I know you're spamming. I got it. Okay, so they go with the Core Undying. I like it just simply for the idea that it kind of goes back to this lineup is very lacking that whole beefy presence, the front line, and if you're going to have a support Undying, it wouldn't really be able to accomplish that. But at least making him more of the core, give him some kind of decent farm. You know, he could potentially get things like the full-on, whether you want to go the aura route, could be potential. Honestly, a pipe this game doesn't sound too bad. Or the Crimson Guard direction. Could get even more of the whole Guardian Greaves as well if it comes to it. So, yeah, we'll see how he builds, but I assume that's one of the bigger reasons why they like to go with the Undying core. As we are going to have a pause and a reconnect here to start things off in game number 1 But again, game number 1 of our 2-game series, as it is throughout. Let's take a look actually at the other group. I haven't been paying too much attention to that. But Group A, it did start off with an unfortunate forfeit victory. Evil Genius says obviously a lot of people looking forward to seeing how they perform with their new roster. They got a forfeit victory against Young Suck Gaming in their first one there. Do they play again today? Yeah, they play Zalato. That's right. They play Zalato later on today, so that should be fun. Speaking of Zalato, J-Storm actually defeated Zalato 2-0 in their opening series, so I'm sure that was a good one. I personally have high hopes for Zalato, at least as a team. I expect to see perhaps in the minors throughout the season, especially in this first cycle, considering there's 3 teams that qualify for the major out of NA, so certainly one of their better chances. But J-Storm taking care of business there. It looks like, according to the quick recap, fairly handily. I'm not going to lie, 25-minute victory in Game 1 and a 38-minute victory in Game 2.
30 seconds to battle.
But Zalato matched up against EG later. Right now, it looks like they have Young Suck Gaming versus Mid-Solo Kill Noob. Yeah, there's several of these open qualifier teams. Do not really know much about, but you know, it's good to see opportunity given to some of these lesser experienced teams, especially when so much is on the line. But back to our game, back to focusing here. And are they going to get 3 runes? Yep. Shu manages to grab this one. He's got that decay at up to 12 stacks already. He's got the triple mango. Lena, meanwhile, the Ring of Basilius in lane, and is going to zone Coddle the best that she can. So, yeah, you got Alina supporting this this Undying right here. That's going to be fun. Well, fun for us as spectators, not so fun for the opposition. Demon Slayers, they're not going to like dealing with this, but good luck. You see right there, the blinding light comes out. It almost felt like it just didn't even matter, though, at that point. Yeah, that's going to be annoying, especially if your Coddle pushes out the lane. And yeah, the fact he went blinding light at level 1, that's also, I want to say, not usual. I want to say usually would affect Illuminate, right? So, whole Illuminate Chakra Magic build, but actually, I'm kind of wondering why he went the blinding light. I don't know if it was for a defensive purpose, with somebody getting killed early on, or just thinks it's going to need it in the lane, I suppose. Doesn't want to push out this lane, possibly, especially with all the harassment already coming out. So, going to stay away from Illuminate. Maybe that's the logic there. Yeah, going to be a very annoying lane. I mean, they could send Rasta down there as well, but would that even really accomplish a lot? Probably not. Francis Lee on the Rasta could be vulnerable to getting killed himself, so going to accept what's happening. Try to keep the lane pushed back as much as you can. Our mid matchup, though, Ember Spirit versus Puck. Right now, very early on, with 2-0 versus 1-0. I think it's probably going to be a pretty back and forth matchup there. Of course, one of those as it levels that out with the Flame Guard, more potent for Ember Spirit. But expect the CS to be fairly back and forth in that lane. So it is a core Magnus as well, worth pointing out. Yep, Old White there, off-lane player. You already see the positioning, though. You got Shadow Demon going to level 1 poisons, just building up with mangoes. So Shadow Shaman is certainly feeling the pain from that early on in the laning phase. So again, the format of this tournament, as we're still on a pause here, keep going back to it because I know it's a little unique, can be a little confusing. I wish I had kind of like a graphic visual to show. Fortunately, don't. But it goes back to there's 5 teams in each group, so there's 10 teams total that play in these qualifiers from each of the regions. In your group, if you finish top 2, you move on to the major playoff stage. For the qualifiers, it is. So you haven't qualified yet, but you move on to the major playoff qualifier stage, which then that gives you 4 teams. In the case of North America, 3 of those teams will qualify for the major, only one will not. They play a mini double elimination tournament. So essentially, if you win a series in the major playoffs, qualifiers, you then qualify for the major. So it's obviously you get to that point, you feel pretty good about your chances. If you happen to be the team that doesn't qualify, despite being one of those 4 teams, you then get to compete in the minor qualifiers, of course, the minor playoffs, that is. If you finish 3rd in your group, you also go to the minor playoffs. If you finish 4th in your group, then you play the other 4th place team from the other group to then see who goes as well to the minor playoffs. And that, in turn, will give you 4 teams for that. Those 4 teams duke it out for the 1 spot on the line for the minors. And there you go. So, ultimately, 4 of these 10 teams qualify for either the major or the minor. Obviously, that's not the same in every region. You have North America, China, and Southeast Asia, right? Yeah, Southeast Asia. 3 teams from each of those regions are qualifying for the major. In Europe, CIS, and South America, only 2 teams qualify for the major. So that, of course, slightly changes how all that works. But it's kind of this interesting whole phase format. So I kind of like it, though. It plays out pretty nicely. It gives the teams good opportunity because you play every other team once, at least in your group, which is good, I think. I personally would really like to see the whole no separate groups, just one big round robin. I think would be really fun. Obviously, the scheduling conflicts can come into play there, but that I think would be the ultimate. Anyways, we're moving on. We're back into game 1 here. As you both see and hear the decay constantly coming out. You see right there the blinding light pushback as well as the spectral dagger. So I don't know if Costabile was just simply using that to farm or they were going for some sort of play there. Shu is having a pretty good time. Yeah, this lane is pretty good. The Chakra Magic spam on Spectre is going to be nice. And you see right there, Shu avoids the dagger at least. But the idea that he could just use that Spectral Dagger a lot more frequently, we'll see. Jabs, by the way, goes down to the both of them. So, Radiant team on the board. 1-0 start. Yeah, Jabs got a little too cocky, apparently, pushing up with those Shadow Poisons. Not much that Gyrocopter could do at that point, obviously catching the tail end of that, but good kill for the Demon Slayers here on the Radiant side. Something about the name. It's just so epic. Demon Slayers. Gotta be serious when saying it. But no, back to Spectre. You know, he gets the early Soul Ring. Of course, having the Chakra Magic, in a sense, not a replacement for it, but it enhances it that much more. In fact, you still see Spectre is going to go the Soul Ring to spam that dagger that much more. Lena's feeling it, man. Lena's constantly low on life. Doesn't have any regen on her currently. So, the Coddle Spectre lane there. Yeah, they're going right here. There's a push back to dagger. It's going to connect. The rip heal happens from Undying, though. LSA is going to miss. So, yeah, you can see that this Coddle Spectre, they're certainly adapting to the lane. And this Blinding Light level 1 is actually working out pretty damn well for Keeper of the Light. Nice deny right there. How's the mid lane looking right now? Puck is 18-5, Ember Spirit's 17-2. So the slight advantage for Romjek against Lies. See that Flame Guard's activated though, and Puck of course has to respect that. Back to the bottom lane, Shu. He's getting low. These decay stacks wearing off. That was actually a little scary right there. He had to pop his stick. Yeah, one of the charges of his stacks wore off.
Dire's middle tower is under
Tanking those
attack.
creeps. He is going to get the regen delivered though from the support. Lucky TP's in, pops a salve. And now going to go back into continuing trying to harass. But Spectre, considering how this was seeming like it was going to go, man, he's 18-2. He's up there with the best of them right now. In fact, all 3 Radiant cores are farming very well right now. Here in game number 1. Let's say we'll connect there. Goes back to Spectre, though, and his decision-making. We'll see in the earlier items what he goes for. Again, I don't think he's going to go the Radiance this game, especially having the Magnus teammate. Top lane, speaking of Magnus, they're going for the turn kill on the Shadow Demon, and it's going to be enough. Shadow Shaman, too powerful with his right clicks. Gyrocopter, he'll go and pick up the other bounty rune, but that means his own is going to be taken. It is a 3-for-1, though, to favor team named. So the Dire side does manage to get the advantage there. And I think they got the first 3 as well, so yeah, I believe it's, what, 6-2 now. Favoring the Dire team. So Kato did get Illuminate. I was wondering if he was actually just going to kind of pass it up altogether early on, but he does get the 1 point. Is get collapsed on here. Trying to kill the Tombstone in the process. Needs 1 more hit. He gets it. Yeah, it's plus 125 gold, and he's still running. He's got a windlace. He's fast. Illuminate. Shu's dead. We're going to kill Shu. What a play here by Keeper of the Light. He dodges the Dragonfly. Are you kidding me right now? He needs 1 more poison. He doesn't have the mana. He misses. This Coddle is just juking, breaking ankles left and right. And he gets a double kill. Okay, that was top play worthy right there. Whoever makes top plays needs that submitted right now. Top lane, Gyrocopter. He's probably dead. Yes, he is. Skewer into the shackles, and especially with no support there to help. Shadow Demon, of course, at the bottom lane.
Dire's top tower is under
Just
attack.
prior to that.
Dire's
So that's a good play by Demon Slayers. They knew. They have a 5-0 start. Holy crap. Yeah, more importantly, though, they're up 3,000 net worth lead. Spectre has got the early Soul Ring now. Farming it a little bit in the jungle. A lot of this is going to come down to Puck, because you have an Undying offlane who's he's not a playmaker. You're not going to expect plays out of him. So even if he gets okay farm, he's just going to build these auras, I'm sure, and be a nice target there. But that's where this whole this is where I was a little worried for the Dire team, especially with how they're playing it out with who they chose to go where. Again, I like the idea of the Undying core because they needed that beefy presence, but you're that much more on this Puck now, needing to make some big plays, and he is at the top lane going in. He's got a Dream Coil. Might use it here just to secure a kill on Rasta. Is going to use it. Are they even going to kill him? I mean, they are, right? Yeah, so Flea does go down, but Gyrocopter goes down because of this too, and now TP in from Coddle. Suddenly Puck has to be a little careful, although 2 stacks of poison now on Old White. Shadow Demon, he gets pushed back after the Blinding Light. The Illuminate through, and down goes Shadow Demon. Puck still wants this kill, damn it. Gonna use the Elixir. No, it gets RP'd in place. Oh, the turn is real. The skewer. What he done is the orb. The Waiting Rift hit. The auto attack gets the kill, and Romjek trying to get out now, and he will do just that. Okay, that was a very close call to a turn there. Romjek, that worked out pretty well for him, though, considering he got an RP out of it. So good rotation in the end for sure. But yeah, this Dire squad certainly needs him to have a great game. We'll see what direction he decides to go. Yules is not too bad this game. I could also see the Veil route, though. The Veil enhances a lot of damage on this lineup. Good. Emperor Spirit, he wants this kill, damn it. They're really going for it, Waning Rift, though. But now Puck has to be a little careful. The Haunt used. You see Costability. He'll finish stop on Shadow Demon. And Romjek holding them in place with the Dream Coil, though. The Tombstone killed off fairly quickly. However, Ember Spirit goes down. Now Magnus wishing he had his RP here. Trying to run away. Illuminate goes through. But Magnus, I mean, he gets some more damage out, I suppose. Illuminate, nice job with the shift, though. And Romjek is trying to pursue after Keeper of the Light, but Coddle, of course, a bit faster than usual. Does eventually catch up to him. Turned around. How far do you go for this? In comes Ember Spirit. They kill Coddle. And now Illusory Orb away. They are going to lose Lena, however. And Romjek, he didn't go over the ledge. He's got an orb in 2 more seconds. Phase shift only level 1. This is going to be rip healed, though. And this should be the end of it. So action really picking up here as we approach 10 minutes even into this game now. No one's really free farming, especially with how much movement's been happening. Look at Gyrocopter, by the way. Wow, he is all the way down here at 7th on net worth. This is technically supposed to be a core Gyrocopter.
Radiant's middle
He's going to
tower
manage to get
is
the
under
bounty
attack.
rune before the Radiant snatches it up. In fact... Oh, did he... Okay, no, this one is picked up. I thought somebody distorted bounty rune. But finally, it's a 2 for 2
Dire's
split.
top tower is under
So,
attack.
Demon Slayers. This gets the split there after losing the first 2 set of bounty runes, 3 to 1.
Dire's top
You see
tower is
Gyrocopter
falling.
having that axe queued up as expected.
Triple fire.
Mid lane. What's happening here? Magnus, he comes in, and they're going for the kill on Shadow Demon now. Lean off to the side, but the pushback already happening. Illuminate out there. There's a call down, but the Will-O-Wisp back here on top of the RP. Do they have a damage follow-up, though? Not really. As pretty as that was, the follow-up not really there. Lena, meanwhile, still trying to kill Costabile. A couple of more auto attacks. Can't do him in. One more? No, it's still not enough. LSA is also just out of range. A blinding light pushback, and the turn kill on Lena. And now Undying, he's trying to get out. The Hex, meanwhile, on Puck on top of the shackles, and Lies picks up the kill with the slight. Right, here's that purge that I was talking about in the draft. You just see how slow the Remnant is even. It is not enough damage, however. I mean, the biggest thing to take from this, though, it's just, well, obviously that was a huge 1-5 for the Radiant side, but you just see this net worth consistently growing. 5,000 net worth now at 11.5 minutes. Keeper of the line looks like he's going to be stacking. Let's see. Pressure's on. See him do it. Get both. Yeah, he knows what. Oh, he missed this one. Barely. Oh. Good attempt. Good attempt. Spectre. About 1,000 gold saved up. Has the Empower buff. What level is that Empower? It's only level 1 Empower. See Magnus choosing to max out the Shockwave first this game. But again, I'm keeping an eye on Spectre to really see what decision he goes for. With the way this game's going, I actually could see him going the Radiance, as Lena just gets dove.
Dire's
Kato
middle
was
tower
found
is
over
under
here between
attack.
Puck and Undying, so he gets
Dire's
taken out too.
structures are fortified.
The Radiant team finding a kill elsewhere. Puck going the bots build. I don't know how I feel about that, considering the pace of this game right now. I think that Veil would be nice right now. Shadow Demon.
Radiant's bottom
He's
tower
caught at his
is
own
under
shrine. He's going to disruption on up. It's not going to be enough. RP comes out as soon as it comes out of it. Undying caught in that too, but more TP's happening. So Demon Slayers, they probably need to think about getting out of here as they do. Magnus gets donked.
That's for your.
So he is going to be turned. Meanwhile, mid tower being pushed down. And you have Spectre farming up the top lane, and he does queue up the Radiant. So I go back to the logic. If this is a very even game right now, I don't think he goes this. But because his team is, and again, they don't know these numbers 100%, but as we see, they're up 5,000 net worth. It's been a very good lead for them early on. He feels like he can get away with this greed, and I actually think he's right. I go back to the way Puck's building, the bots. Mobility is nice, and sure, being able to get from lane to lane and enhance his farm that much more, I suppose, and that's good, but it delays the. He is going to go the Veil next, so that is good. And you have a very under-farmed Gyrocopter on the other side. I think that's probably the ultimate key as to why Spectre feels very comfortable in going the Radiance direction. Magnus, by the way, he's not going to go in Blink Dagger or anything early on. He's going to go the mech, at least for now. Does have the Arcane Boots, of course, so potential Guardian Greaves could be there. Ooh, Undying's going to Hannah Midas. Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah, this Dire squad does not really have a lot of team fight item. They have a bots Puck. They have a Hannah Midas Undying. I mean, Lino's bringing an Urn and a Ring of Basilius, but this is not a team that benefits from grouping up the best when it comes to items. They are going to get this bounty ring, though.
Dire are scanning.
2,700 gold saved up there on Spectre. So that Radiance is coming along nicely. Bottom lane, Undying. Will-O-Wisp. He's going to pull him in. They try to catch Puck as well.
Dire's structures are
I was going to say, if Undying gets away too, that'd be crazy, but he ain't getting away. RP, Old White, he's trying to make him cancel the TP. It's not going to do it, and you know what? He probably should have. Shadow Demon is just dead, and Puck from a distance. Again, he's got bots. What more is he going to do? He's just to spam out the best he can, but yeah, clearly I don't think Team Named was on the same page there. Does a very nice transition now into the tower push with the wards down. Mid lane, Spectre.
Dire's
He's
bottom
fine. He's got
tower
Haunt
is
up in a
under
couple
attack.
seconds.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I'm going to have a haste rune picked up by Magnus meanwhile, or maybe not actually. It looks like Ember Spirit. He'll bottle it up. Makes more sense. Speaking of Ember Spirit, the Maelstrom picked up on him. Going to go into the BKB next. BKB, a very valuable item in this game.
Radiant structures are
I wouldn't be
fortified.
surprised if Spectre goes right for the BKB after the Radiance. The Dire team does 0 damage when you have a BKB activated. Okay, not literally 0 damage, but you get the point. Uh-oh. Gyrocopter's fine. He has an early Blade of Alacrity on his way towards an axe, but again, continues to be so underfarmed. Still 7th in net worth. The Shadow Shaman, I guess that's what's most surprising. Shadow Shaman already with a Blink Dagger. He's 4th in net worth right now. Where the hell is Flea getting all this farm? Jesus. Blink, Aether Lens. Of course, has that experience on as well. Ember Spirit, he's gone on over here.
Dire's middle
Trying to juke
tower
his way
is under
out with
attack.
the Remnants, and he's out of here. Call down, just a little too far away. A 3rd Remnant eventually going to be used as well. Or maybe not. Doesn't have mana for it. He gets connected, and down he goes. But this chase, it took forever. Gyrocopter and Shadow Demon both fall. They're also in trouble over here with Lina, and Lina, too, is going to go down. In fact, Ember Spirit just bought back. So he buys back, comes back in, and joins them. It probably wasn't even necessary, but he wanted to be a part of it. Meanwhile, Puck's caught. Going to be shackled up. Will-O-Wisp, it'll pull him back in, and there's the kill. Undying's also caught. What's happening? Just one after the other. So Demon Slayer is up 8,000 net worth now.
Radiant's bottom tower
This
is
Spectre,
under attack.
talk about greed, has a Magnus and power buff, still going the Radiance. But the fact that he's going to get away with it, it's just, I don't want to call this game by any means, but it's it is going to be ugly for the Dire team. Coddle, all right, he got it too ambitious there. Trying to make a play on Shadow Demon. So take a look at the graphs. It's, yeah, already 98%. We're not even 20 minutes into this game, and it's been 90% plus for 5-6 minutes or so. The draft, I go back to that. It's Team Names draft. It felt the opening, I think, was solid. It just got a bit too greedy
Radiant's top tower is under
when it
attack.
came to the following picks.
Rune of regeneration.
Bale's almost going to be finished on Puck now. In fact, there
Radiant's
you go.
bottom tower is under attack.
Just needs to bring it out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gyrocopter. That axe is still so far away, and you have a Radiance now finished as middle lane Shadow Demon. He'll survive. Actually thinks some team support. Was that an RP that missed? It sure was. He did activate it. Now Shadow Demon does go down thanks to Ember Spirit.
Middle tower is under attack.
Magnus is still trying to run out of here. He can't. Meanwhile, the wards just kill the tower. And what the hell was Coddling all the way up here? It feels like Demon Slayers is getting a little ridiculous. They're going a little deep in some of these spots. I think they're feeling themselves, of course. It's fine. It's not the most insane lead ever. It's 7,000 net worth. You'd hope for their sake that maybe cool the Jets a little bit, because the Axe is getting there for Gyrocopter. We mentioned that Vale just picked up on Puck. Dying as a hand of Midas.
Never refuse gold given.
It's all about that recovery. Point is, you give them a couple of openings. Certainly we could see team named making a bit of a comeback. That's a mid-wars here. That's a Will-O-Wisp. Shackles, long range. Catches puck, pulls him back in, and skewer forward. The lockdown just forever. Not often you see a puck get locked down for that long. But it happened. Lena also picked off. A 3-0. Great team fight, Will-O-Wisp. That's a reason why Coddle is one of the more banned heroes right now. Will-O-Wisp is back on the menu as being a very strong ability. Nice transition into Roshan as well. So they scan it out, but right as it happened, might have been better saving the scan at that point. But it is a Roshan kill, and I'm guessing, yeah, Spectre, he picks it up. God, he's almost level 18. He's got a full Blade Mill now to follow. I'm a little surprised he's not going to BKB, but just going to keep running. I suppose with how this game's looking, again, get a BKB early, start using some charges. Yeah, save it for later, if it's even necessary. Ember Spirit almost has his finish, though. Shadow Shaman. Lee is going off. He's jumping back and forth. I mean, he's top 5 net worth just about for a lot of this game. He's third highest level in the game. He's level 16 somehow. Well, I mean, experience talent helps. Uh-oh, Lena. Flea didn't want Lena. He wants Puck. That's a bigger kill. Will-O-Wisp going to be used as well. They catch Puck. And the RP brings them both in. Meanwhile, you got Undying also trying to assist with Shadow Demon, but they get pulled in now. Countdown comes down, but it's so light. Puck buys back. A triple kill for Lies in the meantime. Magnus is finally killed off, but that's an ultra kill for Lies. He wants the Rampage. He's going to get the damn Rampage as he kills Puck for a second time. 72 seconds out of the fight now. Lies looking pretty good. Turns out BKB is a pretty good item in this game. Shocker.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Spectre. Just having to deal with the Shadow Demon. It's a little annoying, but
Radiant structures
he's
are
going to
fortified.
run away.
Dire's top tower is under
As
attack.
the full Yasha finished. It's going to come out on the courier. Mantis Dawn next, of course.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, the draft here on this Radiant side is interesting too, in the aspect of both the supports happen to have those level 10 talents of experience gain. So the Shadow Shaman's level 19 already. He's 8 level higher than the Shadow Demon on the other side, as he kills him there. He's the highest level. He's actually the highest level in the game. Holy crap. That's Elena dieback. You gotta think team named is
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
gonna realize soon that unfortunately a little bit of an outdraft here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Maybe not even, maybe that's even too strong to say. It's just
Radiant's top tower
Their draft needed to be fast.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
But can you really be fast with a Shadow Demon Undying supporting? Oh, I guess it wasn't Undying
Dire's middle
supporting
barracks
cast.
has fallen.
But with an Undying off lane, that's a good argument itself, I suppose. Either way, it's just another massacre favoring the Radiant. Triple kill for Lies. He's now 17-2-11.
Never refuse gold given.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like the RP helps secure the kill on Puck.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Spectre
tower
will
is
just
under attack.
use the Aegis. There wasn't a lot of time remaining on it, so why not? About 30 seconds. Bit of stat padding going on here. Lies he's loving this overtime state of
Dire's
18-2-13
bottom tower is
now.
under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Eventually gets to a point where you gotta just wonder the opposition, possibly just talking it over and
Dire's bottom barracks
using this time instead just to figure out where things went wrong. I will say again, in the first series that we saw them matched up against Quincy Crew, team name, the first draft, it was a bit of an outdraft. Second game, it was better, and they played solid. Ultimately, though, it was still too much to handle from Quincy Crew. So what I'm getting at, I have some high expectations of team named going into game number 2, starting with that draft. So we'll see what they can do to evolve. But is that a second rampage? It sure is. Just before the GG officially comes through, the game ending, that is. But it's a victory for Demon Slayers. Feel good about the start. Mental game there for them, as they are now 1-0 here in the group stages. So, again, great start. Got game 2 set to happen, though, after a short break, as always. We'll be coming back with that. So, yeah, not much else to say about this one. Pretty much wrapped it up throughout. Take a look at the post-game stats there. I don't want to rub it in, so there's definitely some fun ones there, though. Dougie has invited me to a party. Dougie, I'm busy, but thank you. Game number 2 going to be coming up, though. Demon Slayers up 1-0 against Team Named. I'm Breaky CPK. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage here of the MDL Major qualifying coverage. We'll be back with that game number 2 after a short break.